Old crusty cases.
Marbury versus Madison
McCulloch versus Maryland.
And Gibbons versus Ogden.
by Dara Nelson.
Erin Schneider.
And Chris Aud.
Marbury versus Madison in 1803. The petitioner was William Marbury, and the respondent was James Madison. James Madison was being sued by Marbury because he wanted to get rid of all the midnight judges. The Supreme Court unanimously decided in favor of William Marbury, saying that the idea that the Constitution trumps all other laws, which established judicial review, but in the end Marbury was never able to serve on the Supreme Court due to his death. The lasting impact is that the judicial branch was granted judicial review, which essentially gave them the power that they hold today. Now they are able to decide whether laws are constitutionally sound.
McCulloch versus Maryland in 1819. The petitioner was the state of Maryland, and the respondent was James McCulloch. McCulloch thought that it wasn't fair that the state of Maryland was taxing the federal banks. The decision was in favor of James McCulloch because the necessary and proper clause of the U.S. Constitution stated that the federal government was permitted to operate banks within the individual states without paying taxes. The lasting impact was the states are not allowed to tax federal banks.
Gibbons versus Ogden in 1824. The petitioner was Thomas Gibbons, and the respondent was Erin Ogden. Basically, the case was about whether or not states could monopolize certain commercial industries. The court unanimously decided that states could not monopolize industries and that only Congress had the power to regulate interstate commerce. The impact of this decision is that it gave the states it gave Congress an advantage, and basically gave the federal government an advantage by giving them the right to regulate interstate commerce, which gave them another power over the states.
In the end, the old crusty cases are important because they set precedences.
And they basically set the rules for how the government gets its power.
The end.